Guys, how are you all doing? It's your girl Cindy, and I'm back again today with another gist. I trust you guys are doing great, having fun, enjoying yourselves. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. I just want us to have a look at this video right here. Now, this video is about a little black girl who was sharing with her mom what happened in her class with a white child. I think a white boy or girl, I'm not too sure, but we are going to find out from this video. So in one of my videos, I have shared with you a little bit about this video that we are going to see. Now, this is why I always tell parents to educate their kids, tell them about race, what to say and what not to say to a certain group of people. Now, these kids, as I always say, they are innocent. They can only display what you teach them or what they see you doing at home. Please check this video out.
So I said, Landon, can you pass on the black crayon? And then Landon said, we need the color black like you. Then I told the teacher, and the teacher said, oh, he didn't mean it in that way. And then I was just thinking in my mind, that's racist. Why would she say that? There's no other way. So, and then the next racist thing that he said, so I was just talking about spiders to my friend, and then he heard me and he said, you're a black widow. And then I told the teacher again, she still said he didn't mean it in that way. And I keep on saying in my mind, there's no other way. And then, so we were in the library, and I was talking to my friend, about monkeys, like how we were talking about spiders, and then he said, and he was at the same table, and we were in the library, and the teacher was right beside our table. So he whispered, because the teacher was right beside our table, you're a black monkey. Then I was so surprised. Why would he say that? That's the most racist thing ever. So then I told the library teacher, and then the library teacher said, I also told my teacher, and she said, he didn't mean it in that way. And the library teacher said, it was an accident.
What? She actually told you it was an accident. This message is for the parents of Landon and any other parents that think that it's okay to teach their kids racism or don't realize that their kids are picking up on their racism. It's not cool. They're going to have a hard time navigating through a diverse world later on in life when they have been taught to hate or taunt and bully people because of something they have no control over, which is the color of their skin. And it's sad that we have to have these conversations in 2024, but living in rural areas of Texas, I've come to find out that racism is still very much alive and well. So since you weren't taught in Sunday school that we are all God's children, all created in his wonderful image, I invite you to open up the good book and to study it, because we are all equal and we are all loved by a perfect creator who has created us perfectly.
Okay, let's just, start this video all over again. Now, before I start, please note that this video is for educational purposes. It is not to bully anyone nor harass anyone, but it's just to create awareness so we all can see and know what is happening on social media, especially on TikTok. Now, I had to cover the face of that child because, she's only a child. I don't want to expose her, but her video is kind of to educate people, to let people know, to create awareness, basically. We've talked about at what age should we start, educating our kids about race, about racism, and I would love to know again in the comment, please. Our kids can only, again, display what we teach them, what we, do at home. Now, I have also asked white people, what's up? I mean, do you think this video is nice? Can you not like teach your kids? Now, the white boy obviously said a lot of racist words towards the black girl, and the teacher, the class teacher, did not do anything. She only said it was an accident. He said the first thing that he said, it was an accident. He said the second one, it was also an accident. As a class teacher, you could not shush the boy and say, hey, this is not allowed, not even in the class, anywhere at all. I mean, this is not nice. Please, I just want to know your take in the comments, what you have to say about this video, because as a mother, I really feel for the mother of this child. You literally took your child to school, and this is what you get at the end of the day. Like, your child telling you how her day went. Okay, this is not good. I did not bring my child to that school for her to get bullied, or for, people to, say racist words. I mean, this is not nice. Let's just, I mean, now, obviously, a lot of people didn't like this video. It didn't sit well with them, and they stitched this video, which I have put them together. Let's just hear what they're going to say. And of course, I'm going to show you some comments from her comment section. Also, note that the mother, went to the school, and I think she recorded, their conversation, which I'm going to show you. Please stick around, guys. I just want to know what you think about this video. This is not nice. And this is happening in 2024. Please check the stitches out.
A black crayon, and then Lyman said, we need the color black like you. Then I told.
Why that baby sitting so far in the trunk is my first question. My second question is, how come you ain't turning around yet? As a mom who who have a nephew and a niece, we'd have spent the bin. Cause let my nephew would have called me and said, Auntie, guess what? And he told me the same story your baby told me. The way I'm on 95, the way I'm on 83, the way I'm coming down Pulaski Highway, the way I'm on my way. Cause what we talking about? We gonna have a conference right now. I don't give a fuck if it's testing. Oh, I'll wait till testing over. Testing ain't all day. This probably wouldn't even have made it to TikTok. Cause the way I'd have spent the bin on a school, and now call Landon parents in here. Cause now we gonna have a conversation. And the way the conversation would have went, I would have listened to the parents and how they talk, and how they try to talk around things that are racist and uncomfortable, would further let me know that this goes on in his household and it's acceptable. Yeah. Had Auntie come out her motherfucking wig. Playing.
And the teacher said, oh, he didn't mean it in that way. And
go watch that. I'm not this baby's parent, but I might as well be. Because what the hell do you mean, Miss Teacher, Mr. Teacher, that he didn't mean it in that way? Just like the baby in this video said, there is no other way. I wish my daughter would come home from school and tell me some BS like this, because the entire teaching staff would have to see me. It doesn't even stop there. It keeps on going. There's more to this story. And the teacher is trying to gaslight this baby. Our babies are smarter than what y'all think they are. White people in this microaggression BS, we're hip to the game. We've been hip to the game. And if y'all think that not teaching your children about racism so early in life is bad, what makes you think it's bad when our children are learning about it the moment they come out the womb? So it's okay for our kids to know about it, but your kids they have to be innocent until when? Y'all are training these kids to be you and replace you when it's time to be adults. Again, like the baby said, there is no other way. Stop it. That teacher would have to see me, because there is no other way. Go watch that. Come back. Tengan buen día.
And the teacher said, "Oh, he didn't mean it in that way."
Even the kids get it. If you find yourself defending the way someone meant it or the way someone said it, take a step back and reevaluate, because maybe you're defending the wrong side.
Coming off the conversation that we're so colorblind and that racism doesn't exist, a beautiful black mother posted her first grader, giving her a play-by-play on an interaction that she had with Landon. We already know what Landon is, right? And so in this video, she talks about how Landon called her a black monkey. She also says that Landon called her a black widow. She also tells her mother that when she told the teacher, mind you, these are faculty members that are hired not only to educate, but to also protect, right? Right? Keep an inclusive environment in the classroom, right? Because you guys said color doesn't exist. We don't see color. There's no reason to raise these people as black children. There's no reason to educate them. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So she tells her mother that when she told the teacher told her he didn't mean it that way. Oh, he didn't mean it that way. We know that he called you a black monkey, but he didn't mean it that way. And where did Landon learn it from? From his home. So what does that say about his parents? Then he comes to school and this is the way he's treating this beautiful, black, vulnerable student. She's vulnerable because she's not being protected by the faculty that's been put in place, because the faculty and the teachers and the educators told her he didn't mean it that way. She is so well spoken the way that she is telling this story. It is so freaking sad. I am so tired of seeing it. I'm tired of hearing about it. And I'm tired of people acting like it doesn't exist. This is why you have to prepare black children when they enter into these institutions that were built to oppress them, that were not built for them. The mother stated in the comments that she told the principal, and the principal told her they're going to investigate it and see the context in which the child meant it. But the child knows the context in which he meant it because he said it with his chest, right? But again, we don't see color. There's no reason to raise people with a victim mentality. But you know what? This little girl understood exactly what she was experiencing, so much so that she was able to alert someone on what was being said. And you know what that comes from? Not a victim mentality, but from being educated by her mother to know racism when she sees it, to know microaggressions when she hears them. So, again, and I'm going to keep posting videos like this. This video was just posted 18 hours ago. 18 hours ago. And the mom said she can't believe in 2024 we're still even having this conversation. Me either, girl. Me either. Talk to your children and prepare them for what they will experience in the real world. Thank you.
I have an update video from the mother. Obviously, people wanted, an update from her. And I saw a clip of a conversation she had with her daughter's, class teacher, which I'm going to show you. I just want you all to please stick around because, this is unacceptable. Please check these videos out.
As promised, I am here with an update. And I just want to start by saying thank you all so much for the support. Thank you for the compassion, the empathy. Thank you for the wonderful compliments. Thank you for sharing your stories. And the key right now is to spread awareness, to have uncomfortable conversations, and to push for legislation that protects our children. Children deserve to remain innocent. Children deserve a safe space to learn in. Children deserve to not be bullied, and bullying of any kind is not acceptable. I have tried to teach my children as best as possible to be kind to others and to keep unnecessary comments to themselves. And racism is something that we're really frustrated and tired of talking about in this country. And it's sad that we are still in this place, and it doesn't seem like we've made as much progress as we have wanted to. I would say, if you have racist family members, and you know you do, if you have racist friends, you need to call them out. We need education, most definitely, for teachers and students on cultural competency and why it is important to know history and to know of the atrocities. As much as these things happened, generations ago, they have a ripple effect. They have a ripple effect on Black and non-Black people, and the way that they think about one another and the way that they interact. And so, as the saying goes, if you don't learn from history, you will repeat it. Therefore, it is integral that we really get history lessons and show people the atrocities that began in this country, even from slavery, even with the indigenous people, and how they were treated in this country. And conversations need to be had, because it is just disgusting to me to think that parents actually sit and teach their kids this, or let their kids hear this ugliness. I do want to say that what bothers me the most about situations like this is that we're not safe to share our stories. When we share our stories, we're accused of race baiting. We're accused of brainwashing our children to think everything is about race. I mean, there's no other way to discuss this or paint this other than racism. And I've even had my husband driving in certain areas not too far from here, and an officer pulled him over and actually said, "What are you doing over here?" Okay, we all know what that implies, because when you're one or few of a person of color in certain areas, they're not used to it, and they act like they'd never seen a person of color before, which is also weird in 2024. And with that being said, I will not be intimidated. I'm not a coward. God has not given me a spirit of fear. So in no way will I retreat and think to myself that God gave me a house in the wrong location. God blessed me with our home in this county, and we have no plans on leaving this county. We have no plans on running from the school. We will face it head on, and we will address it as it needs to be addressed. With that being said, I don't condone violence of any sort. We're talking about 6- and 7-year-old kids here. They're still babies. They just got out of toddler stage. And so they can only imitate what they have been taught. And I feel sorry for anyone that is being taught this. When the original video was shot, it came out of me trying to get to the bottom of the story. I had already went to the school and spoken with the principal. What she stated to me was, we will find out what context these things were said in. So that was a red flag to me. So I wanted to make sure, because again, these are first graders communicating from their level of communication, and then sometimes in communications, wires get crossed. So I just wanted Margot to explain to me from start to finish what occurred. And I do want to note that this was not the first time she had mentioned this. And since it was the third occurrence, that is when we decided to take action. So the principal said she would get back with me. What ended up happening is Margot was a nervous wreck. She kept hugging me that night, and she and I knew why she was hugging me instinctively, so I would just pray for her. And then she came up to me and she said, "Mommy, do you know why I'm hugging you like this? I'm nervous." And, you know, those are the things that bother me, that our kids don't feel safe to attend school. And so the next day I walked her into the building. I was met by the assistant principal, and I said, you know, it's not okay. Margot doesn't feel safe today. And she pulled me to the side. She said, I am in charge of investigating, sharing my findings with the principal, and we will decide on a plan of action. So we went over everything again with her. I have recorded every conversation, by the way. She said, I will get back to you later with what I find out. So she called me later. This was on yesterday. And she shared with me that, oh, you know, you mentioned that you wanted your child to be changed, her teacher to be changed. We can do that for you. And I was like, okay, well, will you share with me what you found out? Oh, well, we interviewed 5 students. Nobody heard anything. The librarian, she said Margot didn't report that she was called a black monkey. Okay. And then they said that what happened with the little boy saying that you're black like the crayon, they were working on a portrait of themselves. And so the little boy said, no, I think you should get the dark brown crayon. You're not black, because they said my daughter had requested a black crayon. So, you know, I'm just processing everything. And I got to check in my spirit, like, hold on. Why would my child select a black crayon to color herself? So what I did was, when Margot came home from school, I asked her, hey, have you done any portraits of yourself at school? Have you had any assignments to draw yourself? No. Do you remember what you were working on when the little boy said that you were black like the crayon? Oh, yeah, we were working on diagrams. It was a shark. I got a black crayon because there was no gray. I needed to color a shark, so I lightly pressed so it could look like gray. Now tell me why somebody would make something up like that when it's so specific. The assistant principal also stated that she could not get, Landon was not articulating well. She couldn't understand what he was saying. But then she told me that Landon told her that he's not being taught anything wrong at home. He's taught to treat everybody the same. So this morning, I put 2 and 2 together of all my concerns and red flags. And I said, hey, I would like to ask some clarifying questions. She got completely defensive. And that's because I had caught them in a lie. So you're not going to tell me that my little girl selected a black crayon to color herself. She did not say that she worked on any assignment that required her to draw a picture of herself. And if you tell me Landon couldn't even articulate what happened that day, how are you telling me that Landon said he didn't learn this from home? Like, it just made no sense. And I asked if there was cameras in the library. They said there was not cameras in the library. So the librarian apparently said that they weren't even sitting together. Well, you know, I was afraid this would happen. They want evidence. As long as there's no evidence, quote unquote, they will cover themselves, which is to be expected. I'm not sure of my course of action from here, but I do want this message spread across the country so that we can start to carve out a plan in order to have better relations at our schools, better understanding, and that our kids could be safe. Because for some of us, homeschool is not an option, especially in this economy. And a lot of 2-parent households cannot afford a stay-at-home mom because the prices are going up on everything. So if you have any ideas or you want to support and spread awareness, please feel free to share that information with me. If you have any resources that you think could help us head in the right direction to spearhead some literature and things to help everyone involved in these situations. Thank you again.
Okay, what questions did you have?
Okay. Can you describe the project that they were working on? Because you mentioned
I cannot, other than what I told you yesterday. They were drawing pictures. It was supposed to depict themselves in the picture. I don't know the full account of the assignment.
pictures of themselves.
I don't know what they were supposed to be doing themselves, what.
But the teacher said that they had drawn pictures of
They
themselves?
they were drawing pictures of themselves. She was at the table with the students when this happened.
Awesome. And then, so then Margot asked for a black crayon,
Yes.
but Landon felt like she was not the color of the black
So I
crayon.
can't use other students' names. I can tell you another student at the table handed her a dark brown colored crayon.
Asked for black, but given dark brown. Okay. All right. And then, you mentioned that you couldn't make out what Landon was saying or describing when you asked him about the black crayon incident.
He couldn't tell me he did not include anything about the assignment. He said she asked for a crayon. I didn't hear what color. And I said, this one is the one like your skin.
Didn't hear what color. So how did he know that it was for her skin?
I do not know the answer to that.
Okay, that's something we will need to find out then. Because he didn't hear what color she asked for, but said, this is the color of your skin. So he would have to know at that point that she was coloring her skin. Because a portrait...
I mean, we're talking about something that happened over 2 weeks ago at this point. And we had this conversation yesterday with...
Okay. It doesn't matter.
With 6 and 7 year olds. So the exact details that I'm going to be able to get from that recall.
No, you said the teacher was there and heard. So the teacher should be able to recall as an adult. And this is what you said. You gathered the information from her and she was right there. That's
so
why
what are you wanting, Ms. Timmons?
I need clarifying information. Is that a problem?
I just don't know how much more clarifying information you want.
I'm gonna let you know as I continue to go through everything. I have it written down exactly what I need to know. All right. So you said he wasn't able to articulate what happened on the day that the black or dark crayon comes into question, or that you didn't understand, or what exactly? He didn't remember?
Yes, I've answered that question. He said that he passed her a different colored crayon.
So what was it when you described that you couldn't make out what he was saying? What was that?
I went to the teacher for clarification on what the activity, what the situation was. That's as far as I'm going to go, as far as what the other student said.
Okay. But you said he couldn't articulate. What couldn't he articulate?
I have answered that question. He could not give me the full scope of what was going on at the table.
Okay, but he was able to give you the full scope of being taught to love everybody at home. What was it exactly that
I have shared all of that with you. I shared all of that with you yesterday,
Okay.
and I'm
So
confused
why are
as
you
to
being
why
defensive?
I'm confused as to why these details are something additional.
Okay, well, because I'm asking clarifying questions, because I want to make sure that I understood everything that you understand and we're on the same page.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want to make sure that this is a safe environment for my child.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't get why you're being defensive if I'm just
I just feel like
clarifying.
because I've given you every bit of information I was able to gather from the kids
And
yesterday.
so is it
And
a
I
problem?
told you that yesterday.
Is it a problem for you to give me more
So
information?
I do not hand out information directly regarding other students except to paraphrase for you and let you know what has gone on. I mean, that is just not something I wouldn't give Margot's info either.
Right now. Landon could not articulate or recall the details of an assignment from 2 weeks ago, but he was able to articulate that at his house, he's taught to love everybody the same, no matter what color. Is that the information that you got?
His information said wasn't trying to be mean. I didn't mean anything by what I said about her skin color.
Do you know what he's referring to when he said I didn't mean anything about what I said about her skin color?
No.
Okay. And then Miss Brandy is the librarian, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So she said that Margot did not report being called a black monkey.
Correct.
Okay. And then she mentioned that they weren't even sitting together that day?
Correct.
Okay. Are there cameras in the library?
There are not.
Okay. No cameras. All right.
We do not have cameras in any of our classrooms.
All right. Okay. So here is what I got from Margot based on the information you gave me. So, Margot never worked on a portrait of herself. And I asked her, I didn't say, hey, the school is saying it was something else, because I'm not dumb. So I said, what was it? Do you remember what you were working on when he said you're black like the crayon? I said, what was it? Do you remember what you were working on when he said you're black like the crayon? And she said that she was working on a diagram of a shark. The reason that she asked for the color black is because there was no gray. Well, kids know that a shark is gray. So she lightly pressed on the paper to make it gray. And for a child to give that much detail into assignment and she was not coerced into saying these things lets me know if I have to believe anybody, I'm going to believe my child. And then a black child, although black is not the color of the black crayon. So even if she was drawing herself, coloring herself, she would not color herself black. She would use a brown or a tan or whatever. And I also asked her about the colors that she would use. She said, I'm not black. I'm not black like a crayon. So that was common sense. So some red flags came up as you were talking to me and saying that Margot asked for a black crayon to color herself. So that's one issue there. And then you said, and I'm paraphrasing, that you couldn't make out what Landon was saying. So you didn't say specifically you didn't understand because he didn't remember about the assignment. And so I was just wondering how he was able to articulate that his family is just this upstanding family that teaches him love and butterflies, because it doesn't appear that that is the case. And then Margot again reiterated, because I would not go along with Margot making up stories. And I grilled her and I let her know the seriousness of what she was saying. Margot came to us on multiple occasions. We didn't even just initially launch out. And when I came to you very respectfully. And these things happen on separate days. And her dad said, hey, if it's another time, I'm going to go out there. But you know what? I want to make sure that I don't go too far, so you go. And so there's no way that I'm going to sit here and think that my child is just making up racist things on random days to get somebody in trouble. And so because of these inconsistencies, there is a cause for concern. And I'm going to be frank with you. I did create a video of Margot stating what happened, each situation that happened. And it has gotten and drawn tremendous attention on a social media platform. And what they keep asking, the same question, is what's the school? What's the teacher? What's the boy's last name? I don't wish for harm on any student. He's a kid. It's not his fault. It is his parents' fault. Whoever he is raising him has portrayed so much hate to him that at first grade, he's worried about skin color. And that's sick. And then I don't know who's corroborating this story, but it didn't add up I don't know if the teacher, I don't know who's being protected here. But like I said, because of those red flags, I know something is going on. And because this child here at another school district in the same county has been called the N-word, blackie. What else have you been called?
Monkey.
Monkey. And guess what? At this school district, at that school over there, she's been called gorilla, silverback, and monkey. And she's filed a complaint. I don't teach my kids to hate anybody. Even after these experiences, I will still not teach them. She knows that if she comes home and says that she was mean to somebody, I get on top of her. And it's never racial. I don't teach them that. And so I am literally right now protecting this school district, protecting these parties involved. And this can go very, very bad. I mean, it's almost public at this point. But the reason that it hasn't spread as of right now, that video has gotten over 5,000 shares, over almost 400K views, and over 60K likes, and a dozen comments of people that have shared their experiences in other areas, or even in areas of Texas, rural areas of Texas. And this is unacceptable because our children deserve to feel safe. And when a teacher is sitting up here condoning this, see, this could have all stopped with the teacher. This didn't have to come and they're involved in you, because I felt like she was safe yesterday when I spoke to you. I felt like you were a safe person, and I felt like you're a good person, because obviously you have scriptures up here.
Right. Anyways, I took some screenshots of comments from her comment section so you guys can see what other people said about this video. Please let me know your take in the comment, what you all have to say about this. Let me know in the comments, guys. I saw this video. I mean, I felt it's something that we all need to see, just to create awareness so we all can start educating our kids. And remember, like I always say, whatever you tell your child, whatever your child sees you doing, that's exactly what he or she is gonna do. They start learning from home. Guys, I don't know. But again, let me know your take in the comments, and thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share, comment, and of course, come back for another video. I'm gonna see you all in my next one. Y'all take care. Bye.